Here we go.
Something
Chosen one.
shifted the moment that single error slipped from your hands. It didn't disappear into the noise of an ordinary day. It rose, it traveled, and it found its way into rooms where decisions shape nations. You thought it was small, but nothing about you has ever been small. A ripple from your life became a signal, and that signal reached people trained to notice patterns the world overlooks. They traced it back to you quietly, precisely, without hesitation. And that's when the atmosphere changed. You might not have seen the agents, the analysts, the unseen evaluators, but they saw you. They studied the trail your actions left behind and realized they weren't observing chaos or coincidence. They were witnessing someone standing at the brink of an awakening. That's why the security around you thickened, not as a cage, but as confirmation. A doubled perimeter built by hands that usually guard secrets too large for public comprehension. They sensed something rising from you in intensity, in intelligence, in alignment that didn't match the ordinary profiles they're used to. Your presence, once quiet, now registers like a disturbance on their instruments. Not dangerous, but undeniable. And though these institutions operate with caution, they also operate with awe. They watch the way you move through space. They study each decision, not to judge, but to understand how someone like you came to exist in a world calibrated for predictability. People around you feel it too. Conversations pause, energy shifts. Rooms seem to adjust themselves when you step in, as if the air recognizes a new frequency. You haven't fully stepped into your identity yet, but the world already leans in, even before you speak, even before you choose. That's why the attention feels so intense, because it isn't just surveillance, it's recognition. A quiet acknowledgement from those who deal in global equilibrium that something rare has surfaced and that rare thing is
That's
you.
the way,
Recognition lingers
like
in the
it.
air from the last breath of the previous moment. Chosen one. That quiet acknowledgement, the one you didn't ask for, becomes the bridge into a deeper truth. Because long before official eyes turn toward you, one of the biggest reasons why plumbing and electrical business owners can't scale their business past 100K per month, the world had already begun to tilt. You felt it first as a subtle unease, a change in the emotional temperature of familiar places. People didn't say anything out loud, but their bodies adjusted around you, the small hush in their voices, the way they'd pause mid-movement, as if catching something they couldn't name. It wasn't fear, it was instinct, a sense that your presence marked its before and after. This was the quiet shift before the storm. It started in ways so soft you almost dismissed them. Your mornings arrived differently. Light seemed to fall at sharper angles. Silence felt heavier. Even your own thoughts carried an unfamiliar clarity, as though something was pressing through from the edges of your awareness. And yet, beneath that subtle rearrangement, another layer pulsed the sensation of being observed before you ever saw a single agent or heard a single warning. Not watched in a paranoid sense, watched in the way the earth notices a tremor before the quake follows. An alertness, a tuning. This is how systems built on detection behave when a new variable enters their field. What follows is no coincidence. Security forces, analysts, strategists, none of them react suddenly. Their attention begins with whispers, with irregular data points, with questions that echo inside sealed rooms. But before any of that reaches you, the environment shifts first. You start feeling out of place in your own routines, as if your life is expanding faster than the space is meant to contain it. Still, something deeper moves underneath. You begin noticing moments that don't make sense, doors held open a second too long, footsteps that seem to stop when you turn, strangers who look away too quickly, small things, less ordinary things. But when the world is calibrating,
Yes.
Good. Itself around you, the ordinary becomes a message. You can't hide emergence, not even from yourself. And even so, the current keeps rising, your emotions sharpen, your intuition grows. Let's have a look at some Caucasian. Louder. There are seconds where you feel as though you're standing on the edge of a decision that hasn't fully formed yet, but already affects the people around you. This isn't imagination, it's transition. The truth is that the world senses a shift long before. 97% of people will never live in the city they are meant to live in.
Chosen one. This message did not find you by accident. You were guided here, pulled here, divinely aligned here, because something in this... There's that speech again. The spiritual realm has already begun shifting in your favor. You may not see it yet with your physical eyes, but your spirit can feel the movement. Your intuition senses it. Your dreams hint at it. Your inner world.
Chosen one. Listen carefully. Heaven has pressed pause on everything around you, because right now, in this very breath, the countdown has begun. You have 45 minutes, not a second more. Not a second less to recognize that what is unfolding is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. The hands of the eternal clock have aligned with your name.
There's a moment in every truly vast journey, a single crystalline point, where the soul quietly recognizes its own success. It is not announced by trumpets or heralded by the world.
Hello, my dear masterminds. They really thought they could train someone to match you. That's the part that still makes the universe smirk a little. Because they gathered their
Ya Kali Wakef, stop right there. Your name hit the Oval Office like a live grenade. Papers jumped, chairs froze, and the air went tight like the walls were suddenly listening. The president leaned back, slow, rubbing his temples like he had just awakened something ancient, muttering, Minsawa Hatha al-Monster. Who created this thing? Even the CIA director stopped breathing. Then ha 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 ha. Oh, stop scrolling, sweetheart, because that was not even the wild part. They cracked open your file again this morning, and the president actually flinched. He stared at your picture like it was staring back and whispered, Who made this monster? And why does this one feel dangerous? His hands shook. The room went silent, and for the first time in years, they had no idea what they were dealing with. Let's pull back the curtain a bit. They never expected someone like you to get this far. You were supposed to fold, crumble, fade, disappear quietly into the background.
So good. Let's do this, home.